All right, all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wawakakwadash. Peace, blessings, and much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. Pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters also. The water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel, and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. So let's start this lesson off in the book of Hebrews, chapter 6 and verse 10, as it is written. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. So the Lord is not like an unrighteous man who would forget your works, who would sweep your works under the rug. Someone who might owe you money and now they're trying to dodge you. They're trying to avoid you. Someone who owes you your wages, and instead of giving you your wages completely, they're taking taxes out of your money, right? Or they're making excuses on why they can't pay you the money that you're owed from the wages you've earned. The Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is not like some grimy greaseball man or woman. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. So what we're doing is not in vain. And although it can be difficult, it can be challenging, especially in these times we're in right now, because we're at the end. We're coming to the end of this race. So a lot of challenges are being set forward as we're coming into a very, very fiery time, which is going to be, the time of Jacob's trouble being increased to its ultimate level. We are already at the beginning stages, but we're not all the way into it just yet, because we're still able to clock in at work without having to mark. You're still able to buy, sell, and trade without having to mark. You're still able to go home, watch Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, YouTube, turn on your Xbox, your PlayStation, turn on your PC. There are still things that we can do because we're not all the way immersed into Jacob's trouble yet, but we are coming into that time. So as challenging as the times are right now, the Heavenly Father is not going to forget all that we've gone through and what we go through. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name. And that's why it's important to have the true names, because we're representing the ones who sent us, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Okay? That's like the trademark, the umbrella that we're under, so to speak. Which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. Now, who are the saints? The saints are the Israelites. Verse 11, and we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. So we all have to remain diligent until the end. We all have to hold on while being in this journey, while being on this journey towards the path of salvation. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. So we have to hold on to our hope by remaining doing this work until the end. Because those who endure till the end are the same ones to be saved. Verse 12, that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises. So we can't be slothful. We have to work. We have to do these lessons. Whether the lesson's 5 minutes long, 20 minutes long, an hour long, we have to do these lessons. We can't be slothful. And it's highly, annoying being in this world, having to talk to people that don't want to listen. It makes it easy to want to set this off from day to day. It makes it easy to want to be slothful because it doesn't seem like you're being rewarded for your labors. Everybody, for the most part, just ignores you, ignores us. They're not considering the words written in the Bible like we are. But that shouldn't take away our hope, and it shouldn't put us in a sluggish mentality, because we're not doing this for the approval of man anyway. We're not doing this for likes and views anyway. But it does, kind of help motivate you. It kind of does, help add to the inspiration when you see that people are listening to you. There is a certain feeling of inspiration that comes with knowing that the words that you're speaking of the Heavenly Father are going out. But it's real easy to get slothful when you feel like no one's listening. Okay? Two different worlds. But regardless, we can't be slothful. We have to be as those who have been laboring before us, who have endured until the end, or still endure. Verse 13. Verse 12 again, that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises. And the promises were only given to the Israelites. And in order for us to receive the promises, we have to endure as prophecies are being fulfilled until the day comes that the Heavenly Father is ready to grant us what he told us we're going to receive. For when the power made promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself, because there is no one higher than the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father is not a man that he should lie. So if he makes a promise, that promise is not going to be broken. Saying, surely, blessing I will bless thee, and multiplying I will multiply thee. And so after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. And that's what this is about. We have to endure so that we can obtain the promise. And this is a fight. You're not going to always feel charged up all the time. You're not going to always feel, the desire to want to have to go out and deal with these knuckleheads. You're not going to always feel that desire to want to fire up a video, because the results don't always feel profitable. Many people are rejecting this word, and people in this world, they're moved by the likes of others. They're moved by others being moved by them. We're involved with something that most people are not going to be interested in like that. And if they are, a lot of times they're not going to be totally immersed into it. They're still going to have a foot in the world. All right. So it's easy to just put this off, set it to the side, because, as a person being in this flesh, why would you do something where the results can seem bare minimal? But that's why we have to walk by faith and not by sight. So let's go to Revelations chapter 2. In verse 11, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. So this is the importance of overcoming. This is the importance of enduring. We're enduring so that we can be delivered. We can be saved from the destruction to come. That second death represents that fire that's going to be caused by thermonuclear destruction. You have a various amount of missiles, different types of missiles that are going to be used. Then on top of these missiles being used, you're going to have Yahushua and his army also zapping this place with laser beams, adding to the fire. Okay? So we're overcoming, we're enduring in hopes to not have to taste of the second death. Many are going to have to taste of that, because their names are not going to be found written in the book of life. Okay? He that hath an ear, going into your spiritual understanding, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. So we're hoping that we don't get hurt by nuclear destruction. And with that, it takes endurance. We have to constantly endure. We have to endure until the end. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 11. And many false prophets shall arise and deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. So there's a lot to endure. We have to endure false prophets. We have to endure those deceiving others, which kind of gets in the way of the ministry when we are just speaking the truth. Okay? The love of many are waxing cold. So as much as we try to show our people love, show our people the way, they give us the cold shoulder. People are full of narcissism. They're full of themselves. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. So we're looking forward to being saved. Saved from that second death. Saved from that destruction that's promised to come according to the Holy Bible. All right? So that's what this is about. This is about enduring and holding on, because as tough as it is, this isn't in vain. This isn't for nothing. The Heavenly Father is not going to forget our works. All the people on earth, there's billions of people on earth. We're involved in something that most people have no doings with. But don't let that make you feel unimportant or like you're in the wrong thing. You're in the wrong investment. Part of being in this ministry, the symptoms of being in this ministry is the feeling alone, the feeling rejected. Okay, dealing with enduring afflictions. And that's not something that feels good. Who wants to constantly go through these things? Naturally, nobody would want that. But this is what it's going to take for us to receive the promise that's been promised to us. We have to endure. And in order for enduring to take place, you would have to be, faced with challenges. Or why else would you need to endure? And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. So we're at the end. And seeing that we're at the end, seeing that salvation is close, the challenges that we're faced with, it's only right that they may come off as highly challenging, highly difficult, because we're coming to the end of a phase. We're coming to the end of an era. We're leveling up. Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So seeing that salvation is closer than what we know, we should have the mentality of enduring till the end so that we can be saved from the destruction to come, including that second death, which is them thermonuclear missiles, because the destruction to come isn't just the missiles. You have a lot of things to worry about. A lot of evil, a lot of famines, a lot of pestilence is coming to the earth. And the Heavenly Father has all these things set up and ready for all those who are his enemies. Okay? And that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So we should believe that. And I'm going to close it with this in 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 12. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the power, seeing that salvation is nearer than what we believe, we should be hasting, okay? We should be excited. We should be praying for the Lord to bring the end, okay? Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the power, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved. And how are the heavens going to be on fire? The nuclear missiles are going to be sent and destroy Esau's kingdom. And certain Edomites are going to be caught up in that. And then others who escape, they're going to be trapped up, thrown headfirst into slavery. Okay? Wherein the heavens being on fire. And on top of that, some of these nuclear missiles that are going to be used are actually going to be detonated in the air. They're not going to be detonated when they hit the ground, but it's more of a widespread destruction when the missiles are detonated in the air. So the heavens being on fire, speaking of Esau's rulership being destroyed, and them nuclear missiles also are going to be, spread high into the sky. Them thermonuclear missiles are going to cause a lot of fire to be widespread, okay? Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And everything is an element, from people to houses to trees, grass blades, the cement on the ground, okay? Whatever's caught up in the missiles is going to be completely destroyed. That's why we hope to endure. That's why we fight. That's why we do this. Because the pain and the sufferings that we go through now are not to be compared to what's coming. So I pray that this was simple, easy to understand, and edifying. All praises unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I'm out. Shalom.